Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your favorite casual basketball fan, Skinny Hardaway. So, the NBA offseason has seemed to have a long running soap opera of storylines that we can't seem to get enough of. Free agency was a literal frenzy as we had reports every other day that a player was signing with the team just to have their reports recanted. You had Gordon Hayward, who was upset and displeased with the media for leaking that he'd be signing with the Boston Celtics. He then denied the reports to basically buy him time and play with Jazz fans' emotions to write a letter to say that he's going to Boston. Andre Iguodala broke the news on himself, and Walsh and Shams became the new Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook. And now we came to the headlining act of this drama, the Cleveland Cavaliers. They've dominated the headlines most of the summer, for the wrong reasons though. General Manager David Griffin is relieved of his duties that seemed to not be what the players wanted, as he was known as the glue guy. They were in the sweepstakes for Paul George, Jimmy Butler, and Carmelo Anthony. Crazy, right? Well, this circulated for months just to see Paul George get traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder for Victor Oladipo and a complimentary bag of peanuts. Jimmy Butler was sent to the Timberwolves for some prospects and future assets. Shout out to Danny Ainge. And Carmelo is basically stuck in an awkward situation where everyone knows the elephant in the room, while he has to hear rumors about him being traded to a new team every day. Heck, I think I heard rumors about him being sent to the Shanghai Sharks the other day to play with former teammate Jimmer Fredette. But to get back on topic, after David Griffin and the Cavs weren't able to agree on a contract, you've seen players start to grow uneasy within the organization. Couple that with them not making any huge signings in terms of matching the firepower of Golden State. Now, I'm not saying Derrick Rose won't be a factor, but I'm not going to act like he's going to be the integral piece in the Cavs winning it all next season. We now have rumors of Kyrie Irving wanting out of Cleveland, while information is very scattered and at times just outright confusing. But the common denominator in all the reports is that Kyrie does not want to play second fiddle to LeBron. I personally don't see a problem with that. I won't say that either of them are bad teammates or that there's friction amongst them, but according to what we've been hearing, it doesn't seem that everyone is on the same page. I'm not here to divulge more into the rumors, but I'm here to dispel the notion that both players had to make huge sacrifices to their game and couldn't coexist with each other. The first thing I'll start off with is that I've been seeing this situation be compared to the Shaq and Kobe situation, and I'm sorry, but I'm calling BS on that. Well, to an extent. The Shaq and Kobe situation had many outside factors playing into it that had nothing to do with basketball, i.e. one night in Colorado. Marriages and families were put on the line due to people being forthcoming of certain information about private lives of other players, which was way more severe than this. Not to mention what happened during that year, which all came tumbling down in the 2004 NBA Finals. And then the rumors of Shaq's health circulating and Kobe Bryant basically telling the Lakers he wouldn't return if Shaq was still on the team. Yeah, that was a mess. Now, to get into what I really want to talk about, the notion I've seen that LeBron and Kyrie can't coincide with each other and that either player's fault is why? Nah. I've seen more people say it's on the fault of LeBron for holding Kyrie back, but both guys seem to play very well on the court together, and I'll explain how. Both players coexisted very well and have made strides together. Let's look at Kyrie's 2013-14 season, the year before LeBron came back, and this past season. And I'm only going to be using his 2013-14 season and this past season for comparisons due to he was 3 years in, which gave him veteran status, and this past season for obvious reasons. Plus, Kyrie has had a lengthy injury history, so these two seasons are the most comparable. I'm not going to look deep into his basic stats due to I understand that those teams didn't have half the talent that the Cavs have now, so I take those numbers with a grain of salt. But I will say let's look and pay attention to this. I've always believed that Irving was a shooting guard stuck in a point guard's body, kind of like Allen Iverson. Irving is the most effective when he's scoring while his playmaking comes second. In 2013-14, he had an assist percentage, which means the percent of teammates' field goals where he assisted of 31.6%. Now to compare that to this past year, we had an assist percentage of 29.7%. It is a drop off, but not the drop off you'd expect for someone who is sharing the ball handling duties with LeBron. So he's basically given the same production as he was 3 years ago as far as playmaking. He just has a better team now. And speaking of assist percentage, LeBron had the second highest assist rate of his career this past season with 41.3%. And we know that Kyrie was the beneficiary of those assists. I don't think he posts that high of a number again without Irving as his teammate. Irving is more involved in the team's offense now that he's ever been due to his high usage percentage going from 28.2 in 2013-14 to 30.8 this past season, which was the highest on the team amongst players who qualified. While on the flip side, LeBron had a usage percentage of 30 even, As you can see, he shot in the neighborhood of 60% when he was able to let Kyrie do most of the dribbling, which was penetrating to the rim, which is Kyrie Irving's best ability. With that, we've seen LeBron get frequent open three-point shots and hit them at a very efficient rate. Just to drop a few more gems, this season was LeBron's most versatile season that he logged minutes at 4 different positions. So no major sacrifices were made. If anything, I've seen LeBron trust Kyrie on the court more with the ball. Now, I've seen the stat that shows the Cavs were negative 120 points when Kyrie was on the court and LeBron was off, and on the surface that's not good. But to add some context to that, as you can see that when Kyrie was out there with at least 3 starters, the Cavs were combined 6.5 points better per 100 possessions. Now, I'm not here to say that the tweet or the person who tweeted it is incorrect, because he more than likely has more access to information than I do, but when you put Irving out there with the majority of guys who are on the bench or come off the bench, then it sure is not going to turn out well. I won't make the argument that Kyrie can or can't lead a playoff team. We don't have substantial evidence that will help us make that claim. But I will say that if we were to blame anyone for this fiasco, it's definitely not LeBron or Kyrie. We see that both of them have helped each other's game in a positive way, where they excel in different areas that happen to mesh. I've said for the longest that the Cavs needed a bench, and not re-signing Matt Dellavedova would hurt them due to he was very good on defense and could run the point guard duties when LeBron and or Kyrie weren't on the court. Overall, I would like to think that Kyrie will be back with the Cavs and they'll just move past this. But if he does end up traded, I'll be honest, the team probably won't go far depending on who he's traded to. Not due to whatever leadership skills Kyrie possesses, but due to the framework of the NBA and how teams are built now to contend for the postseason and championships. Teams that carry no less than 2 All-Stars or a superstar and an All-Star can't compete in this NBA. That's just the truth here. And based on all the reports of where he'd like to go, the only team he'll have a legit shot to be the man is the Knicks. And they don't have a team that'll support him to compete for a title, let alone the Eastern Conference. I know I've been going on for a long time, but I want to try to get everything out now because I don't want to talk about this subject anymore until an action basketball-wise has taken place. I hope that everything will work itself out and each party is satisfied by the end of it all. But if we're going to be real here, the best chance for the Cavs to beat the Warriors is for the core of the team to remain intact while adding some quality bench pieces and maybe to restructure some contracts to be able to get all the players that's needed. That's it for me, everyone. Thank you all for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up and click that subscribe button and the bell for notifications on my channel. This is Skinny Hardaway signing out.